He said, Your Excellency, why, but why do you send me a picture of my home? I said, Abdul, you're going to have to figure that one out for yourself. No borders, high taxes, everything they do. You know, I made a speech recently and I used this term and I didn't even know we were using it, but I used it. Every day is like April Fool's Day. We want no borders, no, you got to have borders. We want no walls, no, you got to have walls. Everything is like the opposite. This is April Fool's, right? We want high taxes, no, we want to keep our taxes low. We want no guns, no, we want people to be able to protect themselves and also enjoy it as entertainment and go out and hunt and do the things that you want to do. It's almost like April Fools. Everything that they do is like, we want to have a weak military. We want our military to be woke. You know, we rebuilt the entire U.S. military. We had planes that were 48 years old. We built brand new, beautiful jets. We had planes where the grandfathers were flying the same plane as the grandson. But we rebuilt our entire military. I mean, I hate to say this, we gave $85 billion of it to the Taliban in Afghanistan in probably the most embarrassing single moment in the history of our country, which I believe led to Russia going in. They would have never done that with us, but I believe it led to that and led to a lot of bad things. That was the most embarrassing period of time, I think, in our nation's history. Not only that, the soldiers killed, 13 killed, many just horribly, horribly wounded, hurt, no arms, no legs, faces were just so badly hurt. And we left a lot of people there too. And then we gave up Bagram Air Base, a big air base, 1 hour from where China makes its nuclear weapons. You should have never given that up. And I call it a surrender. We actually surrendered. We were in great shape. You know, if you look back on that history, you're going to see something that was interesting. I dealt with Abdul. Abdul was the leader of the Taliban. And I took a lot of heat from all of those fake news people back there. And they said, why do you call Abdul? Abdul is the leader of the Taliban. They're the ones that were fighting and fighting hard. And I related to Jesse James. They say, well, Jesse James, the great bank robber, great outlaw. They said, why do you always rob banks, Jesse? He said, because that's where the money is. So when I dealt with Abdul, he's the one that was shooting our young soldiers and others with snipers and lots of other things. And I said, Abdul, you can't do that. You can't do that over the phone. You do that, you're going to suffer like nobody's ever suffered. Your whole community is going to be terrible. We'll hit you harder than anybody's ever been hit. He said, Your Excellency, why, but why do you send me a picture of my home? I said, Abdul, you're going to have to figure that one out for yourself. But you know what? We didn't lose one soldier in 18 months. Now think of it. Not one soldier was even shot at. They were at bay, and we were going to get out with pride and with dignity. We were going to take all of our equipment out. I told the generals, I want every screw, I want every bolt, I want every tank, I want every plane, I want every helicopter, I want everything out. Sir, can we leave the hangars? You know, those big canvas-covered hangars. Nope, they come out, General. Sir, I think it would be a lot easier to leave the equipment behind. This was Milley. That's when I realized he's a fool. I said, so you mean to tell me, General, that if we have a $100 million airplane sitting there, you want to leave that, and you think that's a good thing? Leave the airplane, leave the helicopters, which they did. Leave all of this very expensive. We could just fill it up with a little jet fuel and fly it to Pakistan or fly it home. Yes, sir, I think it would be a good idea to leave it. That's where these ideas came from. Can you imagine? We left $85 billion worth of equipment in Afghanistan. And I just read a report the other day that they are about the second largest seller of arms in the whole world. We sell more than they do, a little bit, but they're the second largest. Can you imagine that? Because they don't need 700,000 rifles. You know, we left behind, talking about guns, NRA, 700,000 guns and rifles, some of them the finest in the world. Some of them even are people right up here that are so wealthy, I know them, they wish they could afford guns like we left behind for the Taliban. Think of it, 700,000, 70,000 vehicles. many of them armor-plated, costing millions of dollars apiece. We left it all behind like a bunch of fools. We're led by stupid people. And let me tell you, we've never been in such danger in our life.